yeah, heck yeah. Let it go, let it go.
Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Hey there, crypto friends. How we doing out there? Hope you're having a great day. I did add a few things in the chat room there. I just wanted to show you really quick before we get to the charts. Be very, very careful of liquidation. So basically, these people are going 5x, 10x long, very highly marginalized trades, and they're getting their accounts liquidated as such. You can see here on this chart, and as I indicated in the chat, let's see, over $1.5 billion worth of BTC accounts liquidated as folks find themselves way over leveraged. So that's kind of explains why the Bitcoin price dropped. With that said, be careful out there. Let's have a look at BTC USD. BTC USD sitting support at the 55,632.02 and resistance setting up there very tightly and neatly at 56,937.52. As you can see, we've had a couple of attempts to get through this 100-day moving average indicated by this thick yellow line up above us there. And inside bar so far from the last candle, so keep an eye on that as we try to scope out a breakout for BTC USD. Let's move on to Ethereum ETH USD. Ethereum, we have support at the 1955.98, resistance sitting there just about to come up and challenge that resistance at 2010.04. And lots of headroom till we get up to these moving averages up above there. And as you can see, I'm in this trade at the moment and got in just down here this morning just after the broadcast. And I am trailing that one with a stop loss. I'll just set that bad boy just beneath this low there. 1946.61 if you're following along for the stop. Let's move on to, did I give you support and resistance? Yes, I did. BNB USD. Binance Coin, big anticipation with BNB, KuCoin, some of the other ones as the Coinbase IPO countdown continues. So Coinbase is set to IPO next week on 4/14. So big anticipation with some of the other exchange coins like BNB, for example, when folks figure out that they can actually own a piece of Binance by buying the coin. Just saying, not financial advice. Let's see, we have support at 371.716, resistance setting up there nice and pretty at 390.89. We do have the 12-day, the 26-day in the blue line there, and the 100-day all in the right configuration for upside potential. Volume is trailing off, as you can see, and also our RSI did get back to within the somewhat mid-range, 57.17. So RSI in good shape. For BNB USD, let's have a look at ADA, Cardano, ADA USD. We do have support just underneath that 100-day moving average, indicated by this yellow thick line at 1.179 and resistance at 1.208. And as shown on the chart here, this blue line is our 26-day moving average. We are getting resistance off that, so it's going to take some effort for the bulls to get through there as we move on. Moving on to DOT USD, PolkaDot. Already moving through the resistance I had previously marked, so we're going to look up at the 40.8311 resistance, support down there at the 38.8675. See, way over here to the left, there's that low where we got that support level. Moving on to the Doge. Yes, I added the Doge back. Someone pointed out that what happened to Doge? You used to chart Doge. Well, there it is. Doge is back. So support sitting down there at the 0.0579 and resistance at the 0.0607. Doge down 6.53%, but we do have the 12, 26, and 100-day in good shape. So we'll keep an eye on old Doge, see how it does. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC, USD. Litecoin support right on that 26-day moving average. And I did get this off the 1 hour time frame. So support at the 215.38. Resistance up at the 224.96. RSI in good shape, 12, 26, 100-day in the right configuration for more upside potential. Moving on to LINK USD, also known as Chainlink. Chainlink managed to get through my resistance level I marked prior to going live here, so we'll get that new one for you. Going to be all the way up at the 32.570 and support down at the 31.195. 12, 26, 100-day looking good for LINK USD. Let's look at Stellar XLM. XLM, we have support at the 0.461286 and resistance up at the 0.499. So basically looking at the 0.50 resistance. So I'm in this trade. So I'm going to continue the moving the stop loss up as I can. So we'll move it just beneath that 26-day moving average. And if we can get through that 12-day, we'll continue. So we have resistance. As we speak, we'll readjust that up there at the 0.5192 for Stellar XLM USD. Folks, if you're out there, I see several of you out there. If you want me to chart something I don't have on the watch list, let me know. Just let me know what the ticker is. We'll try to squeeze it in for you. Moving on to VETUSD Vechain. Vechain support sitting down at the 0.1017. Resistance at the 0.1101. For Vechain, marching its way up into that evaluation zone from the buy target. So we'll keep a close eye on that. And we'll soon move that stop loss underneath that 12-day once we get above it. Let's look at VTHO USD Vethor, the Vechain token. Support at the 0.0145, resistance at the 0.0154. For Vechain, pretty much sideways action for the past 4, 8, 12 hours or so, 16 to be exact. So let's have a look at FILUSD, Filecoin. Did get support and a good bounce off this 100-day moving average. And we do have some room to go. That's why I jumped in this particular one. We are in the buy zone as well. So we have support sitting down there at the 0.139.582 to lean back on. And we got through that resistance level. So let's see if we can find something else. What we have to look up to there. So basically going to look at that previous high at the 159. So roughly the 160 psychological as it sits just beneath that 12-day moving average. And then we'll look to get through up through the 26-day for FILUSD. So I moved Storj just underneath there because they're pretty much competitors. So I wanted to start charting them somewhat together. So I kind of made that adjustment in the lineup there for you. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. We'll try to get something close to, there we go. We can see a little bit more detail in the resistance. So resistance at the 2.45 even, and we can move that support level all the way up to the 2.325, and then we'll bring that stop just underneath that 12-day moving average right there as we're starting to get up and close above that 26 on the march up. for STORJ USD. We'll move on now to IOTA, Internet of Things. IOTA, we have support down at the, we have a new support level, I should say. There we go. We can readjust that. 1.662. And resistance will be up here at the 1.7354. So look at, but watch this 12-day moving average. We do have the 12, 26, and 100 in the right shape here, but we're going to have to get through that 12-day on the march up. Let's move on to COMP USD comp. We have support at the 437.4984, roughly 437.50 psychological. Resistance at the 470 psychological. Round numbers for COMP USD. We'll move on now to everybody needs attention, like basic attention coin. Support 1.1576. And let's check that. Let me just move that. We're making some progress here before I charted this earlier. So looking at support at the 1.1886 and then resistance up at the 1.2516 for basic attention coin BAT/USD. Ethereum Classic still showing some strength here as we do see that all-time high is calling our name. And we're starting to continue to march up towards that. So we got resistance up there to 19.887. So watch that $20 psychological, and we do have support at the down here to 18.222. Also, we'll have this 12-day moving average as it's trending up underneath us there. We'll keep that stop just beneath that 12-day moving average on the march up. RSI is still in good shape, so we do have some wiggle room to get back into that sales target. For ETC USD, let's move on to the new one. We've just added XEM USD or NEM. NEM has some big announcements coming up this month, so I wanted to get that one on the watch list. So some of the folks wanting to get into this particular name before the announcements come up, we'll have some information up there for you. So we are tracking support down here at the 0.3689. And then resistance will be at the 0.4059 for XEM USD NEM. Competitor to Ethereum, by the way. So we'll move on to MANA, MANA USDC. Love to move these resistance lines. That means we're moving in the right direction if you're a bull. So we have support at the 0.923714, resistance at the 0.9645, and we're moving our way through these moving averages, which were all above us. So we do have that 100-day. That's going to be the most significant achievement for us to march up that direction. So looking good for MANA USDC. Moving on to ZIL, ZIL. USDC. I did set a little trend line here, so we're starting to peek through there. So ZIL showing some potential. Looking at support for ZIL, I do believe I got this off the 1 hour, so we'll take a peek in there. Yep, there it is. Support at the 0.189575 and resistance coming up there on that swing high at the 0.1970 for ZIL USD. And we'll just kind of massage this stop loss just beneath that 12-day moving average, which is starting to curl up. So we always like that curl underneath for upside potential. We'll move on to NU USD, Numerair. Numerair not showing the strength that we see from some of the other names, so we do have support at the 0.5670 And we have going to have resistance right up there, just above that 100-day moving average at the 0.5888. We'll move on now to NMR. Whoops, I'm sorry. This is Numerair, NUUSD, totally different one. Sorry about that. Support at 62.673. And resistance is going to be, let's switch, we could do that right there. There we go. Got to get through the 26 and the 12-day above us, but resistance at the 69.03 once we achieve that milestone there. Moving on to GRT USD graph token. How's the graph? I think we got that off the 1 hour, so we'll switch into there and get a closer view. Yep, there it is, 1.6345 support. Got through that resistance we had previously marked, so we're going to go all the way up to, we'll just double check that with the 4 hour. Yep, so we're going to be all the way at the 1.75 psychological for GRT USD. Moving on to Uniswap. So it looks like the alts are getting some love again, so we're rolling back into there. Be aware of that, folks. So we have support down at the 27.8366. Resistance up at the, we're going to look, actually, this previous support will become resistance, so we're going to look at this swing low. Try to get through that and close above there, 29 even. Psychological. Moving on to AAVE, USD. Support 340.992. Resistance up there at the 362.10. And then we have the 100-day moving average above, so watch out for that. RSI, we almost made it into the oversold. Had a little bounce, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We'll move on now to MKR USD. Support at the 2043.318. Resistance up there at the 2138.73. 100-day moving average, we rejected off of there. Had another go at it, another rejection. But we're still going to ask this girl to dance, and we're going to try one more time. So we do have, let's see. Do see the volume is kind of trickling off here, so keep out for that. For MKR USD. Moving on to audio, AUDIO USD. Support down here at the 2.31947. And resistance all the way up here. You see we had nothing but selling all the way down, so keep that in mind. And so resistance up at the 2.899. And then first step is going to be this 26 in the 100-day. Then get up to that previous high up there. Let's move on to CHZ USD. One of our viewers concerned about CHZ, and it took it all, just blasted right off. So a nice bounce and recovery for CHZ. It looks like it's starting to give a little bit back. So we're going to keep that stop right in there. So look at that support, which we're falling through as we speak. So we're going to come down and try the, let's move the stop out of the way. We'll move the support level to that previous low. You have 1-2 wicks there at the 0.4377. Resistance up there at the 0.4922. Rejected off that 100-day moving average. So I would set this stop loss just beneath the wick of that 4-hour candle there. And keep an eye on CHZ and try not to give it back. Or you can move that stop loss as tight as you want it if you're still in this one. But look for it to retrace somewhere about right in there. So somewhere around the 0.44. Go on to Theta, THETA USD. We have support all the way over to 11.838. And then resistance up there as it's trying to get through there. There's that wick on that candle. So you see the body of that candle on this previous high over here. 12.273, and if I didn't say it, 11.838 support. Looking at ENJ having a really good day. There's my rhyme for you. ENJ support at the 2.544, and we have resistance all the way up here on this previous wick. So trying to get back up there and try that again. So 2.782 resistance, 2.544 support. Big gain for ENJ, up 13%, 13.5 I should say. So almost to the end here, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. Looking at Harmony 1, so all the NFTs basically are up. So Harmony 1, trying to maintain this support level at the 0.1569, and then resistance up there at the 0.1672 for Harmony 1. And we're going to move that stop loss up there just a little bit more underneath that 26-day moving average, because we are active in this trade, so we're going to try to take some profit if it should try to retest this 12-day. So folks, let's see. Let's have a look at BTC.D, which is your Bitcoin dominance. You see we did have an increase. We are up to 57%, but fell back just a little, so giving just a little bit back to the altcoins as we kind of ebb and flow. Finally, let's have a look at the total crypto market cap, 1.849. So I should say 1,850 billion. We did get all the way up to the 2 trillion. I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. So we got up in there. So that's a very significant milestone for those of you in the crypto space if you're interested in it. Well, I'm glad to get through the evening without a technical glitch. I didn't want to say anything and jinx it in the middle of it. But I'll stick around here just a few more seconds to see if anyone has any requests or questions in the chat. I did create a new how-to tutorial. So basically, if you're new to this channel and you're wondering what all these things are, I'll switch back to like basic attention coin, what these fibs are and how to do all this and how to set it all up, how to get your support levels and create all this in TradingView. I do have a link to that, and you'll see a card flash up if you're not watching the live version. There's a link in the chat, or you just click the link and you'll be able to watch that tutorial. I urge you to watch that. You can chart along with me and kind of learn to do this yourself. And just seeing this and charting these things, it gives you a really good sense and feel of the market and how these things work. Before long, you'll be able to you don't even have to draw all this on the charts. You'll be able to just see it visually and be able to react to that. So folks, thanks for stopping by. Have a great evening. While you're here, hit that like, subscribe, or hit the alert bell. It's free 99. That's it. Free, no charge. Have a great evening. I will see you at 6:45 a.m. at the Crypto Morning Show. Good day.